I Trish the Dish.
Ken, welcome. We're going to get started in just a couple seconds. This is actually our second time going live. It's our second time going live. We did this once on Monday. We had a lot of really great questions that came in, and we wanted to do another one. And this time we're actually doing it in our Grow Lab, right behind us. So you can see our prototype. We're going to get into that a little bit more. But I first want to just say thank you for spending some time with us today. What's up? I'm Blue. Yo. Thanks for spending some time with us today. We are excited to share more about what we're doing, and we really want to get into the details more about what we're doing and why. My name is Aja&Dre. This is my co-founder.
I'm Dre.
Dre and I have created the first automated plant training system designed to train a tall plant to grow in a small space. So what you're seeing behind me right now, you're seeing a 6 foot tall plant that's held to 3 feet in height. It's all automated, low stress, practically no stress training, and we're going to get into how that works in a little bit. But we wanted to open it up to questions, any questions that you might have as well. Make sure that we get your questions answered, get your comments in there. So this is an interactive thing where you gotta let us know what you want to hear, what you're not clear on, what other information do you want from us. Dre and I, our backgrounds are engineers. We're both engineers. So our strong suit is not marketing. So we are asking you to help us out by letting us know what are we missing, what do you want to know about, what can we provide to you that'll make it clear on what we're about. So please let us know. Drop the comments in. Dre's got an iPad in front of him. That's what he's doing right now. So we can respond accordingly. So please be engaged with this. How's the feed going? We're good?
I'm trying to get to our live feed, and it's not coming up on this one.
All right. If everybody, can someone shoot a couple of thumbs ups or hello or something just to let us know whether or not you're hearing us okay? Everything's good? Thank you, Upload. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so you can hear us. We're good to go. Appreciate it. Thanks for the love. Thank you. Yes, this is very interactive. When we see that, we love it. It makes us feel good. It makes us a little bit more animated. So again, we had good questions last time. We're in the lab. We got our prototype behind us. And we're also in the middle of an Indiegogo campaign. We've launched the Indiegogo campaign. On that campaign, you can reserve a unit. You can be one of the first of 100 to get your unit. The units will be available by June 2019. And if you want to be part of the design process, the beta design process, there's a way to do that too. And if you just want a shirt, a trellis shirt, and you just want to show us some love, you can go to our Indiegogo campaign on that as well. Let's.
I'm gonna send out what the Indiegogo is right now.
Awesome.
From my account.
So Dre's going to put the links to our Indiegogo campaign in both the Instagram story feed and Facebook feed. So we're doing both actually. We're doing Instagram Live and we're doing Facebook Live right now. So, any questions before we begin?
I'm trying to come up with Facebook and I can't get it going.
Hoping that the feed is okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let me just keep it moving for those of you that are on Instagram. I don't want to waste your time. All right, so some people have asked us, okay, we see that you're training a plant to grow horizontally. You're getting a plant to grow horizontally versus vertically. And a lot of people want to know, how are we doing that? Are we stressing the plant? Are we trimming the plant? Are we pruning? What type of techniques is our system using in order to control growth? So it's actually quite simple. We're almost to the point where we're no stress training. And let me show you what I mean.
So real quick.
Pause.
Yeah, pause. So we're sideways on Facebook, so it's a little bit tough for
people.
Yeah, people
All right.
on computers.
Let's switch it.
All right, we're gonna play with the Facebook feed a little bit. We're gonna turn it sideways so that people will see us normally. And
we'll see if that works out.
Okay, is that better, Facebook friends?
We'll see. Now we have to get closer.
Oh.
All right.
Luckily, we like each other.
All right, so I drew up this quick sketch, and actually we're going to have some more videos and infographics coming out to better explain this. We're in the process of getting this done right now. But, yeah, it's sideways. All right, so...
Ooh, it's going to be tough on Facebook. We might not get it all on Facebook.
All right. I appreciate that, Envelope. So Envelope saying he suggests that we hit up Dispensary so that they're following us as well and watching, because this is a lot of great information. I appreciate that. So just to show you kind of what it is that we're doing, and like I said, we're going to have this in a more kind of professional video sketch coming out probably in the next couple of days. But on this side over here, what you have is just a regular old plant that's being, grown the typical natural way, growing vertically. And on this side, we have our horizontal plant that's being grown horizontally. So basically what typically happens, for those of you who are new to cannabis and may not know, a lot of you probably already know this, but in order to make the most out of your lights that are overhead, most people will chop and cut away at these bottom branches down here. So they'll prune and trim the lower branches because they're not getting enough light. You're not getting enough light here. So what's the point in wasting all the energy and the nutrients that could go to the colas and the branches out here when you can just save all that nutrients, save all the energy for the branches that are getting the light at the top. So you'll see this a lot for lollipopping, manifolding, scrogging. Really what they're doing is they're trying to just allow the top branches to get the most out of the light so that you get the biggest buds, the biggest colas, the biggest flowers, which is great. You'll get a great yield doing it that way. 25% yield increase if you do it this way. So it's not a bad thing to do. But the thing about it is it does take time, it takes skill and effort, and you got to be on top of it, and you have to be patient. And if you're a new grower, you probably shouldn't start with this until you've gotten really, really comfortable with just the basics of growing. Thanks, Artig. I appreciate that. So this is what most people do for scrogging, lollipopping, manifolding, cutting away the lower branches so you don't get all of the waste of nutrients down here. So what a lot of people have done, and this goes back like millennia, this is not a new technique of training your plant to grow horizontally. Tomatoes outdoors get grown this way. There's lots of existing ways of growing that just train the plant to grow horizontally versus allowing it to go vertically. And when you do it this way, when you train your plant to go horizontally, all of the side branches have equal opportunity. It's an equal opportunity training system. All of the side branches have equal opportunity to stretch up towards whatever light you have overhead. So every side branch gets a chance to build up a good cola. So if you're doing your nutrients right, if you're doing your lighting schedule on time, if you got your temperature, humidity, your CO2 all under control, and you're allowing your plant to naturally use all of the side branches that it grew itself. Like this is a natural way that the plant grew. Plants are efficient by design. So if you allow those efficient branches to stay and remain and turn the plant horizontally, you allow all those side branches to go up. Now they all have a chance to have dense colas. So what you're looking at in our prototype, let me put that down, try to appreciate it. What you're looking at in our prototype behind me is basically a plant that's been grown horizontally. That's all we're doing. We're just telling that main stem, that meristem, to go horizontal and holding it and confining it while it grows. Once it's done growing horizontally, we take off the top and we allow all of those side branches to grow up towards the light. So basically, we're not trimming, we're not pruning, we're allowing every side branch to remain, which means we get a lot of cola sites, a lot of bud sites. So we are seeing a 45% increase in our training method. And what we want to do is we want to see if we can repeat this. I mean, I've only been growing for about 3 to 4 years. I consider myself a newbie. I'm using LED lights. I'm using basic nutrients. We don't use CO2. We're not pumping our grow lab as best as we could. We could be a lot more robust in how we're growing. There are experienced growers out there, and some of you I hope are probably listening, there's some experienced growers out there that have been doing this for like 20 years. I want to get it into the hands of those individuals to see what they can do with it and really max this system out. So part of our Indiegogo campaign, the reason why we're raising money is just to build several more beta units so we can get them in the hands of experienced growers and see what we can do with this system with horizontal plant training. So with that said, I'll let Dre talk about other ways that we're trying to get some buzz and ways that you can help us out.
So Asia was mainly talking about what we're growing right now. We're growing a cannabis plant, and that's what we've had testing with. But one thing I'd like to emphasize is that it's not just for cannabis, it's also for fruits and vegetables. And that's the other thing that we want to make sure gets tested with these new beta units. We'd like people to try fruits and vegetables. And we know that there's got to be something that will grow well with this system. Again, one of the biggest things is that you'll be able to stack plants now. Plants that typically like to grow tall, we'll be able to stack them and grow them in a short lab space. Like right now, our lab space in here, what do we have, 7.5 feet?
You're 7 feet actually.
7 feet. We've got 7 feet, and if we really wanted to, we could probably stack two units on top of each other. That's if we maximized with the height of the lights and the grow medium. So if we had the minimum heights for those two things, we could stack 2 plants within 7 feet, which is awesome. I mean, imagine being able to grow 2 tall plants that, I mean, you couldn't even grow one plant the regular 6-foot height in that space.
Right.
So we want to test other types of plants. So two kind of like, one big dream that I've had is it'd be awesome to see this thing on spaceships, to see the Trello device on spaceships. And well, who wants to create a spaceship to go to another planet? SpaceX, Elon Musk. So I want to throw a request out there, a call to action. If anyone can get either Elon Musk or SpaceX or his brother Kimball Musk, who's very involved in agriculture with Square Roots, with the Square Roots Growing Project, which is freight containers, and they have them in cities, and they're growing in urban environments. So if anyone can get either one of those guys to or one of their companies to mention Trello Technologies and our product with your username, we'll give you a free beta unit. So the first person that can do that will give you a free beta unit. So that's the call. So I'll post the different usernames, and so that you'll have all the information of what we're looking for. So, yeah, that's
awesome.
my call.
Yeah. Hey, Libby Cat 420, thanks for joining. I know you picked us up on our last Instagram, so glad you came back. In case you missed it, we talked a little bit about the way that we train the plant, the way that it actually is gently, almost to the point of no stress, training the plant to grow horizontally. Dre just mentioned the call to action of getting Elon Musk or Kimball Musk. He's going to put more information on the feed right now. Getting a couple of people that we're interested in to actually shout us out on Instagram and on Instagram using their handle and our handle, or username rather, whatever the proper term is. We couldn't decide. If it's handle, username, someone let us know. But anyway, what we want to do is we wanted to get them aware of what it is that we're doing. And if you help us out with that, if you're able to get them to actually shout us out, Kimball, Elon, shout us out, then we're giving away a free beta unit to you. And that will be done by the end of the year. So that's a way for you to get in on the ground floor, get a beta unit, and to be part of the design and feedback process. So please check that out.
So one more that I'm going to throw in there.
Yep.
May as well, because what we're growing, High Times Magazine. If you can get High Times Magazine to mention us and talk about us with your name, don't forget your name's got to be in there as well. We'll give you a free beta unit.
Yeah. So gifting out a beta unit to those of you who can help us out. Call to action, spread the word.
First person. Not we can't do multiple.
Yeah, just the first person.
unless we have a really successful Indiegogo.
You can help us with that.
Yeah, you can help us with that.
Yeah.
We can really only afford to give one unit away. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. And thanks, Libby, for the shout out that the plant's growing great. We got about 4 weeks left on flower. Right now, it's just kind of bulking up and thickening up. And we're going to have a time-lapse video to show you the process of how it was trained to grow horizontally. And also that time-lapse video will show you the flowering process. I'm going to move out of the way just a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. This is the plant behind us. It's a Nepalese Jamaican strain that we're growing. It's 6 feet in length, but it's only held to 3 feet tall. So like Dre mentioned before, they're stackable. Any questions? Any questions about what you've seen, what's going on? When it comes to like the size and the weight and you know the electrical consumption, all of that stuff, that's right, Libby Cat from AC, thanks. All of those details also can be found on our Indiegogo campaign. So not only do we want you to go there just to support us, we definitely want that. We also want you to go there to check out more about the actual product and give us some feedback on that as well. Lastly, I don't know, are there any questions? Any other questions? We can end it up.
I don't have any questions right now, no.
All right. So the other thing is we're going to have another big announcement coming out next week on Monday or Tuesday. We're going to be doing a cool referral program. We're doing a give back initiative to raise more funds. 10% of what we raise will be going to an urban farming initiative, and right now we're in the process of locking down that particular urban farming initiative. So once we get that finalized, you're going to hear more about that. The purpose of what we're doing is to, we're engineers, we like to design, we like to create, but we also like to give back what we're creating. We don't like seeing it just sitting on a shelf. We want everybody that's possible. We want everybody that's, that grows, whether it's a cannabis grower, an urban farmer, all types of people, to be able to get their hands on our design and our technology. That's what we're about. Dre?
Yeah, so you guys really, the best thing you can do right now is talk about it. Tell people about it. Tell your friends. Have people go to our Instagram, Instagram page, our Indiegogo, mainly to our Indiegogo, and spread the word. Help contribute. If we are successful, everyone will be successful. We can really, this can really change indoor farming. I think it's it's like the best innovation ever. I think it's awesome. I think it's really going to make a big difference in farming in small spaces, and I can't wait for it to be everywhere. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. It's really going to be great.
Yeah, we really think that's where indoor farming is going, and we want to make it as versatile as possible. We want sativas on Mars, hemp on Mars. I don't just want to eat microgreens on Mars. So we're going to have to stretch that out. We have a question here. Libby Cat, this is a quick question. We'll answer that before we jet. Will this be soil compatible? What is the material used? Is it rust proof? And is there possible to foliar feed? All good questions. So one, the design is very versatile. You can use a soil potted plant under there. You can use a hydroponic tray, a hydroponic bucket. You can use mesh. You can use all different types of grow media with this. It's not catered towards one particular type of grow media. Actually, we want you to provide the grow media. We want you to decide soil, hydro, aeroponic. It's up to you. We just want to train the plant. We want you to decide on the type of lights that you want. We just want to train the plant. When it comes to the material, yes, this is going to be designed for a very robust environment where water will be present, foliar feeding will be present, all of the components, the motors and things that we're developing, and Drake can talk to this more.
So one of the things that we're trying to focus on is, obviously it's got to be, you have to be able to use it in a harsh environment, because the growing environment will be harsh. So there'll be water, there'll be lights, everything, chemicals, everything. So we're making sure that it's obviously very robust for a harsh environment. And the other thing is, because we don't know right now. We think we know. Well, we know that it'll grow with that it'll work with cannabis, but we don't know what other plants it'll work with. We want to make sure that the whole design is scalable, so we can make this thing really as big or small as we need to, and that's one of the big design focuses right now. So yeah, this thing will be adjustable. We can make it as big or small as we need. It'll fit and it'll work in any environment you can put it in. Those are our big focuses. And again, with the beta testing, that's what the beta testing will help us really hone down on those design features and make sure that we get them right. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, like we said, we're engineers. I have some experience with growing cannabis for 3 to 5 years, but you're the growers. We want you to tell us what you need, and we want to try to stay out of your way. So that's the purpose of this design, is to stay out of your way, to let you do your thing, be great with your craft, and if we can help you out in any way when it comes to technology, that's what we're here for. So thank you very much for your time. Yeah, we're going to be doing tomatoes, we're going to be doing hemp. We're not topping the plant, we're not pruning, we're not trimming. Libby Cat, we're going to be sending out some really good information in the next couple of days on exactly what it is that we're using to train the plant. So you'll see that as well. Thanks to all of you guys who were here, who joined. Appreciate it. Thanks for the love. Stay tuned for what's to come. Take care.
all right. Before we go, let's just give one more view.
There it is.
Yep.
6 foot tall, 3 foot space.